Welcome! In this explainer, we're diving deep into the strategic foundation of a truly successful marketing plan. We're going to break down a real-world masterclass to see exactly how rigorous SMART planning can turn a simple concept into massive, measurable success.
So, what about this number? 9.6%. Well, that is the huge sales surge Greg's created with just one brilliantly executed marketing campaign. Our job today is to deconstruct the strategic core of that plan to understand exactly how they pulled it off.
So, here's our game plan. We're going to walk through the first 5 foundational steps of that strategy, the steps that are absolutely essential for turning a great idea into a real result. Okay, let's get into it. You know, every great campaign starts with a clear map. And in the world of marketing, that map is your structured marketing plan. It's the framework that separates strategic, evidence-based decisions from just guesswork.
This 10-step framework you see here, that's your guide. For our purposes today, we're really going to concentrate on the crucial strategic core, those first 5 steps. Get these right and you set the entire project up for success.
Right, step 1. And this is probably the most critical step of all, defining exactly what you're trying to achieve. Without a clear, precise destination, you're just wasting resources, and success becomes a matter of luck, not strategy. So to avoid that, we use the SMART framework. It's a fantastic tool that transforms those vague ambitions, things like increased sales, into concrete, actionable targets that are clear, realistic, and totally trackable. Now, it's easy to look at this and think it's just a checklist. It's not. It's a strategic filter. Each one of these points, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound, it forces you to really think critically about your goals before you start spending money. That discipline up front is what stops you from drifting off course later on.
And here we see it in practice, perfectly. Greg's objective was crystal clear. It was specific, the vegan sausage roll. Measurable, a 5% sales target. Achievable for them? Absolutely. Relevant to market trends? And time-bound to Q1. There's just no ambiguity there at all. So once you have that clear objective, the next phase is all about situational analysis. This means you've got to focus on 2 things: defining who you're talking to and mapping out who you're up against.
And this was so clever. Greg's knew they didn't just have one audience. They strategically identified 2 very distinct groups. You've got their loyal fans, the regulars, as the primary audience, but then you have this secondary group, young, health-conscious urban adults. This segmentation meant they could tailor their tactics for maximum impact with both.
Understanding your audience is one half of the equation. The other half is getting a really comprehensive picture of the competition. You have to know who else is out there trying to grab the attention and the wallets of your target customer. So by mapping out everyone, both direct and indirect competitors, Greg's spotted a critical gap in the market. The analysis showed them that no other major high street rival was offering a direct equivalent. This gave them a clear first-mover advantage.
And these insights from the competitor analysis lead you straight to the heart of your strategy, defining what makes you the better choice. It's all about establishing what makes you unique.
Your unique selling proposition, or USP, is basically the promise you make to your customer. It has to be that compelling, defensible reason that answers their fundamental question: why should I choose you over everyone else?
Greg's USP wasn't just one thing. It was this powerful 4-pillar combination. They had exclusivity. They were the first. They had the taste, that iconic flavor. The price was an irresistible £1. And it was accessible everywhere. I mean, that is a hard proposition to compete with.
This leads us to the final piece of our foundational analysis. To really get the full picture of your USP and your overall strategy, you have to conduct a complete 360-degree assessment of your business environment.
And that's where a SWOT analysis comes in. It's a simple but incredibly powerful tool. It helps you assess the internal factors you can actually control, your strengths and weaknesses, and the external factors you have to react to, the opportunities and threats out there in the market.
When you look at Greg's SWOT, the strategic path becomes so clear. They could leverage their internal strengths, that beloved brand and their witty social media voice, to capitalize on a huge external opportunity, which was the growing vegan trend, all while actively managing the threat of backlash from their more traditional customers.
Okay, so let's consolidate all of that and do a quick recap of the strategic foundation we've just built.
These 5 steps, they are the core framework for any successful marketing plan.
They provide the structure you need to take a big idea and turn it into a focused, defensible, and actionable strategy that you're ready to execute.
Look, the whole point of this entire strategic process is to identify where you can win. So the key takeaway is a question you have to ask yourself. Based on this kind of rigorous analysis, what is your single greatest point of leverage against the competition? Because that right there, that's your starting point.